What is up, guys? It is your girl, All Things Nella. Before we start this video and I give you this update on the whole dysphagia right here video that I did almost 2 years ago. I think October will be 2 years. Um, I just want to put out there the sponsor of this video, which is Savvy Trends. Savvy Trends. Savvy Trends. Savvy Trends by who? Me, Nella. So Savvy Trends is a wonderful clothing company. You can get your athletic wear there from there. If you love dresses, we have dresses. We have tops, bottoms, all of the beautiful things that you see just happening right here. All of these wonderful things, right? Right. So if you will, visit Savvy. All right. So this is my update on my dysphagia since having that surgery back in October of 2020. But first, I have my phone here with the definition of different stuff that I'm about to talk about. But the definition of dysphagia is difficulty or discomfort in swallowing as a symptom of disease or progressive dysphagia. And then it says difficulty swallowing. All right, so post-op is what we're talking about here. Since that surgery, I will say, like in the beginning, it was hard. They did send me to a speech therapist so that they could help me learn how to swallow again. It was weird. Like I will say, it was weird because one day I could swallow and then literally like boom, the next day I was trying to drink my little Starbucks, honey, and I kept choking. It was like I had literally forgotten how to swallow. It was weird. It was so bizarre. Because no matter how hard I tried, it just wouldn't go down. I would say it was kind of like, when you're like really full and you're just like, I'm just gonna take one more bite. And your stomach is like, no girl, you ain't gonna take no more bites. That's pretty much how I was. But I hadn't eaten anything at all. I was just literally, it was like 6 something that morning. I stopped by Starbucks to get my Starbucks like I always do every morning. And I was driving down the road and drinking my little coffee. And then all of a sudden, I just couldn't swallow. I attributed it to just like, girl, slow down, stop drinking so fast. But little did I know it was not that. It just got progressively worse and fairly quickly because that was on a Friday. By Saturday, I was so dehydrated. I called my mom and I asked her if she would take me to the hospital and if she could watch my son while I was there. And remember, this was the height, well, not the height, well, I guess like starting the height of COVID, because it was October of 2020. COVID hit us at the beginning of the year in 2020. So no one was allowed at the hospital with me. So I cried about that a lot. When they finally, let me speed this up. When they finally figured out what was wrong with me, they explained to me what dysphagia was. Basically, my esophagus had swollen. I think an esophagus is supposed to be, let me look this up. Let's be real transparent. And let's ask Google. What is the normal circumference of an esophagus? Okay, so I thought it was 30, but I didn't want to just say that and not know for sure. But it's 30 millimeters in diameter. Mine was a 17. I do remember what my number was. My number was 17. So I did have the procedure done so that they pretty much put me to sleep. Put the tube down so that they could use like a balloon type machine to stretch my esophagus out a little. So let me just go ahead and skip forward because you can watch the other video on how, I went through it and different stuff like that. But here I am now, almost 2 years later, and I will be honest with you. I have way more good days than bad days. I'll say that first. But when I have bad days, they are bad. Like, I can't swallow anything. The last time I remember it being really super bad was during Thanksgiving. And I did apologize to my mom because she was like, you don't want to eat your food. And I was like, I don't want to eat my food. I did want to eat. I was hungry, people. I was hungry. But I just could not. I couldn't swallow the food to save my life. I couldn't. But the next day, I was fine. So I did eat Thanksgiving dinner. It was just like the next day. When I get like that, I just kind of, I don't know, breathe and relax and just like, okay, well, it's going to be okay. If you're not able to eat anything or drink anything tomorrow, then we'll go to the doctor, right? Yeah, right. But I was fine the next day. But that was probably the worst that it had been during since my procedure, and then progressing to get better. So I made this video for a subscriber of mine that asked, how are you now? So this is for you, my friend. The follow-up, I'm actually doing really good. I will say that since the procedure, no, I cannot eat as much as I used to. It's almost like I feel like I had a procedure done that just, I don't know. I don't eat as much as I used to because I can't. I have more good days than bad days. And on the bad days, so it depends on what's going on. Sometimes I get mad and I'm just like all pissy. But for the most part, I have way more good days than bad days. So I would just like to throw that out there so that y'all are just like, oh my God, like it is the end all, but it's not. And when they give you your therapist, your speech therapist, I would say even once your therapy sessions are over with, I'm not sure how everyone's insurance works or any other things, but keep their number and keep in contact with them because you're going to need them, especially if you're someone that's taking, that's just now getting ready to have your procedure done and all of that. You're going to want to have your team there and around because it does get very frustrating. It sucks when you can't swallow. My biggest thing at this stage in the game, I don't have problems eating solid food. My problem is liquids. Sometimes, sorry, that's my alarm. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I will have problems with liquids, right? And if I'm not careful, it comes out of my nose. I know that's like graphic or whatever. Some people don't want to hear that, but I'm here giving you a very honest, almost 2-year update on what this is like. I've come to the terms with the fact that I may have it always, but I don't let it stop me because I still be out here living. See, look, ta-da! I'm still out here living my life and doing all of the things. Right now, I when it comes to liquids, this is what I do. I don't know if it'll help you or not, but when I'm feeling like I can't swallow regular because this dysphagia, it sucks. But I found out, which they don't really want me to get used to this, but when I'm really thirsty and I just really have to drink something, I just lean my head to the side. Don't ask me why, because I don't know why. I was trying everything one night when I was thirsty at home, and I swear It had to be the angels or something, God, whatever you want to call it. It's just like lean over and drink from the faucet because I was in my bathroom crying. And I like turned my head and just kind of like grabbed water in my hand and I just drank from the faucet. Ever since that day, when I have a hard time swallowing regular, like right now, I'm going to demonstrate this to you. It's not really hard or difficult. I just lean my head to the side and I don't know why. I can't explain to you the science of it because I don't have any science for it. It's just for me. I have found in days when it's hard for me to swallow, if I turn my head to the side and I just kind of pour the water in and let it gather to this jaw, this side of my face and my jaw, whatever, I can swallow it and I can drink pretty fast without choking or without it coming out of my nose. Which is a very scary thing, by the way. Super scary, like, oh my God. But anyways, I hope this helped. I was about to say this too. I still talk to my nurse. I call her if I'm having a hard day sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I just kind of weave my way through it, navigate my way on my own. After you've been through something for so long, you kind of just, you know, deal with it. Oh, something I forgot to tell y'all. Sometimes too, I get bloated. Insert a picture right here of how bloated I get sometimes with the dysphagia. And that's pretty much it. Sometimes I have the bloating. Sometimes I will not be able to swallow. Or if I can, it's very slow and very small pieces at a time. And then third, the acid reflux is a mother. Ooh, oh, the acid reflux. So if you are having acid reflux or any of these symptoms like back to back, it's not going away, I would suggest that you go see your medical professional ASAP because it may be something more serious, and you don't want to like play around with that because it is a serious condition. You don't want this to spiral into something else. So I hope that this video helped you guys to understand where I am on this journey, in this process of still learning my body being the way that it is now with the dysphagia. Different tricks. Like I said, I don't have really any problems with whole foods. It's usually liquids for me that I have a problem with swallowing. I showed you like a little small tip of what I do that works. And it's better if you do it over the sink because if some like falls out, it doesn't matter because it's kind of like hitting the sink. So it's just what I did. I did what I had to do, especially when I get extremely thirsty and I want to drink fast. If I'm not already outside to drink my water, then I will stand over like a sink and just guzzle down some water to the side. I have to do what I have to do, people, because water is essential in our everyday lives. But anyways, I really hope that this helped you guys. Shout out again to Savvy, right? So you guys go ahead on there, look up my little portion of the pie with savvy.com. For me, it is savvy.com/Nella. Okay, savvy.com/Nella. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. Something that I did forget to tell you guys is that I do have trouble swallowing pills sometimes. So my blood pressure medicine, just a small dose, but I have a patch for that. I had to throw that in real quick because I forgot. I forgot until I was taking a picture for my thumbnail real quick, and I was like, wait a minute. Hold up. The patch. They need to see the patch. Now, is this going to be like for everyone, well, no. But if you do have trouble swallowing your medicine, if it's in pill form, um, or if you take a lot of vitamins and things like that, they do have patches for vitamins now. Um, I don't do that. I just get the gummies and call it a day. But with my blood pressure medicine, it's in this patch. So that's what this is. I almost forgot to tell y'all that. I
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your